Hello friends, welcome to TestNG Framework Training Session 1. This is Haradhan once again as usual. Today, I will discuss the overview of the TestNG framework and the step-by-step installation guide so that you can install the TestNG and obviously you can work on that framework. Thank you all for watching my videos. In case you are enjoying my videos and learning automation testing and Java, please like and share my videos. Do not forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification as and when I will upload any new videos. Please do not forget to provide your valuable comment or any input or suggestion. Stay tuned for my next video. So what is TestNG? Whenever you already seen right, lot of session already covered for the Selenium webdriver, right? So we are clicking, we are identifying the elements, we are clicking or performing operation in entering text, right? Whenever there is any frame is there, we are handling the frame and we are identifying the element in the frame. So we are performing the different kind of operation, right? But from the reporting perspective, Selenium WebDriver does not have any inbuilt features already available, so that you can generate the report. It can generate how many tasks passed and failed, and also generate the report in the tabular format, which will be the looks will be very much, user friendly, so that any point of time by looking through the report, like user can easily identify that whether how many tasks passed, failed, and all the screenshot is attached or not, right? Those are the features is not available in the Selenium WebDriver. So that is the reason you have to work with any of the framework. So TestNG provides some freedoms so that users, it already has some inbuilt features, so that whenever you are working on the TestNG, those inbuilt feature you can already use it, and obviously you can, also customize based on a requirement. So before TestNG, there was another framework was there, JUnit, which is the framework for the unit testing used by the developer. But whereas TestNG mostly used by the testers for different kind of testing. So TestNG, where NG stand for next generation, is a JUnit inspired testing framework providing several features like data-driven testing, parameterization support, different utility, annotation, and test case grouping that aid in creating robust and powerful testing projects. So obviously, whenever we have to work with the different project, obviously we have to rely on some framework. Okay, so TestNG framework provides lots of additional features which is already inbuilt in the framework itself, and we can use them. Right? Data-driven testing is possible, parameterization is possible. There are a lot of annotation before class, after class, all these things we can use it. Okay. So testing is designed to cover all categories of test. Using testing, we can perform unit testings, functional testing, end-to-end, integration, regression, etc. Using TestNG, user can generate proper report. So that is the one most useful feature in the TestNG. User can easily identify how many test cases are passed, failed, and skipped. In case user need to execute the failed test case separately, it is possible to execute. Okay. Sometimes due to not only for the defect, test case also failed, but due to other challenges, suppose environment unavailability, network slowness, okay, or unable to timeout issue, sometimes some test case got failed, but it is not related to defect. Okay, but if you rerun the test cases manually until some framework is there, right, you can't run it. So in the testing framework there is already inbuilt feature is there. So in case if you want to rerun the failed test case only, so you can also do it, so using the TestNG. Why TestNG is useful in Selenium? The TestNG framework can be easily integrated with different tools, right? The Marvin Jenkins, which is the DevOps tools, given the DevOps tools. So it can be easily integrated with any kind of tools. Okay. Generating the report in a proper format, including the number of test cases run, passed, number of test cases failed, the number of test cases skipped. So that is the one most useful feature already mentioned multiple times. That is the one most useful features which are already available in the TestNG. Multiple test cases can be grouped more easily by converting them into the testng.xml file. Whenever we are working on the TestNG, there is another testng.xml file, we can create it. So using that particular testng.xml file, we can group multiple test cases. Similar kind of test case can be grouped, okay, and obviously we can make the priority. So there is 10 test case, right? and suppose 3 test cases need to be execute fast, otherwise relevant next set of test case cannot be executed, right? So we can also make the priority so that the precondition kind of test case will be executed fast. After that, the next test case will be run, so that like next test case will be not fail, which are dependent on the data for the previous test case. The same test case can be executed multiple times without loop, just using the keyword called invocation count. In case, say, particular test case need to be run multiple times, maybe suppose due to data creation part also. So same set of data need to be created multiple times. So okay. So there is no need to use the any kind of loop. Instead of that, there is an already inbuilt feature is there, invocation count. If you enter the counter, suppose 10, it will be executed 10 times. So that is the one useful feature is available in the TestNG. Using TestNG, user can execute multiple test cases on multiple browsers, and cross-browser testing is possible. Suppose if you want to test your different test case in the I browser, Chrome browser, Firefox browser, or different OS platform also, it can be done with the help of TestNG. So parallel testing or cross-browser testing is possible using the TestNG. In the TestNG, there are a lot of annotation is there, before method, after method, before test, after test, before class, after class, at the rate test. They are very much easy to understand and user friendly. So obviously, whenever user does not have much knowledge, but with the name of the syntax, they can easily identify the usage of the particular methods, right, or annotations. TestNG simplifies the way the tests are coded. There is no need for a static main method in our test. So I will show you. So whenever you are working with Java, or maybe whenever you are scripting for some Selenium code, right? Maybe you want to perform some operation, you want to identify. So you need to use the main function, public static void main, right? But whenever you are implementing the TestNG framework, there is no need to use the main method. Okay. So there is no need to use the static main method in your test. So there is a lot of annotation is there. Using the annotation, you can script your code and you can run it without mentioning the main method. The sequence of actions is regulated by easy to understand annotation that do not require method to be static. Uncaught exception are automatically handled by TestNG without terminating the test prematurely. So you already seen in Java project, Java programs, or maybe Selenium whenever you're scripting, right? In case some unexpected error comes, right? In case we are not handling the error, so obviously it will be terminated immediately. Program will abnormally terminated. But whenever we are dealing with the TestNG framework, it will not be terminated. It will throw some exceptions and it will proceed to the next steps. So that, and these exceptions are reported as failed step in the report. Okay. So in the test, whenever report is getting generated, in here you can find three kind of stuff. One is the total number of script executed, number of test case passed, or step passed, fail, skipped, like that. What are the important features available in TestNG? First is the different type of assertions, right? What are the importance of the assertion? Assertion obviously we need to include in our test script, right? To verify whether the expected result is matching with the actual result. Okay. So in TestNG there is two type of assertion is available. One is the soft assertion, one is the hard assertion. So I will discuss in separate session. So TestNG has an assert class, already inbuilt feature assert class that provides multiple methods supporting different type of assertions, like checking equality of expected and actual result, asserting a condition as true or false, asserting if a value is null, etc. Okay. So we can obviously check the condition with the expected and actual result is matching, whether the particular condition is matching with true or false, or whether the particular object is having null value or not. So using the assert class already available in the TestNG. Run test in parallel. Using the testng.xml file, we can run test case in parallel, thus reducing the overall test execution time, right? Suppose in case we run the same set of test cases in the multiple browser, obviously it will not take much time, right? Or suppose there is 50 test case, we can group the 20 60 test case, 20 test case, like that. We can 20 test case can be run in I, 20 test case can be run in Chrome, 20 test case can be run in the Firefox browser, right? So obviously the execution time will reduce. So that is the one major advantage. So parallel testing can be done, cross browser testing can be done, as well as it will reduce the overall execution time. The parallel test execution can be done in multiple levels. Multiple levels means method level, class level, or suite level. So if you want to run the methods in multiple browsers, we can do it. Also, if you want to run multiple class or multiple suites, it's possible. make tests dependent on one another. That is the one important aspect in the TestNG. Suppose if you want to, suppose there is a, suppose if you want to, book something from a portal site, right? Suppose Amazon, Flipkart, like that. If you want to book some, if you want to place some order, right? So you already scripted for the order, right? Searching the product, adding to the cart and making the payment and then close out, right? But if you do not log into the application, so how it is possible, right? So you can create separate program for the login and separate program for separate methods or test for, after login, that means the product identifications, adding to the cart and payment, like that. So until your login is successful, the next step will not be successful, right? So for that, whenever you are want to book some product, you can obviously dependent as the login as the dependent, login function is dependent, so that as login will happen and then it will proceed to the next steps. Okay. So using its dependence depends on methods and depends on group attribute. With @test annotation, user can make test dependent on other test. Prioritizing test. In TestNG, user can assign a numerical priority value to the test with 0 is the default value. So obviously, you can prioritize the test. Suppose there is a 10 test case, right? I already mentioned that suppose out of 10 test cases, the 2 test cases is related to login and logout, right? So obviously, we have to make the priority of the test case login one, right? Or we test data creation. Suppose if you want to fetch some data, until the login is successful and test data is not created successful, so how, it is not possible to fetch the data, edit or delete the data, right? So obviously, your login part and the your data creation part should be priority first. After that, it will be go to the rest of the priority. Okay. Grouping of test case. TestNG supports logical grouping of the test case, thus providing ability to run the test groups in parallel. Performing certain operation before and after the execution of the test belongs to a group. Grouping is one of the most important features in the TestNG. So similar kind of test case you can group, so that if you enter the group name, obviously those test cases will be run and obviously it will reduce the time. Data-driven testing. Using @data provider, user can create data-driven test in which the test data is passed to the test method through its data provider. Suppose if you want to write, log into the application with multiple user ID password, right? So it is not be recommended to use the hard-coded value, right? Only it will take one time and you have to skip multiple times, right? But if you use some data-driven tables, right, from where data will be taken, obviously that will easy, way, so that multiple user a program can take the data from the Excels or any other external sources like the XMLs, like that, and the multiple iteration can be done using the same set of different set of data. And reportings, after test execution completed, right, HTML report gets created providing tabular reporting of test result. The reporting format is also configurable by implementing TestNG listener class. Okay, so obviously TestNG some default reportings is there. If you want to customize also, you can implement the TestNG listener class, and based on that you can customize the reporting features. So this is the one most important aspect or attribute available in the or feature available in the TestNG. Parameterization also possible, right? TestNG provides inherent support for parameterization using the @parameters annotations. The value of the parameters defined using @parameters annotation is passed to the test logic from the testng.xml file. Suppose, say, if you want to create the some different data with different combination, right? So obviously parameterization is possible. So for a particular field, suppose value will get changed and it will create the data based on the latest value. So obviously parameterization also supported by the TestNG. So I already mentioned the TestNG is the framework for the testers, whereas JUnit is the framework for the developers for unit testing. Whereas TestNG support unit testing, functional testing, right, regressions, and end-to-end testing. So what are the difference is there between the TestNG or JUnit, and what is the major advantages TestNG is having, which is that JUnit does not have? So compared to JUnit annotation, TestNG are easy to understand. Next is TestNG allow user the grouping of the test case easily, is not possible in the JUnit. So JUnit grouping is not available, whereas TestNG is available. TestNG supports some additional annotations which is not available in the JUnit, like before and after shoot, before and after test, before and after groups. TestNG does not need to extend any class. So whenever you are working for the any framework, right, you need to extend some class, the base class or parent class to the child class, but TestNG does not require to extend any of the class. In TestNG, it is possible to run Selenium WebDriver test case in parallel. So parallel testing is possible, right? Cross browser testing is also possible in the TestNG, which is not possible in the other framework. Based on the group, TestNG allows the user to execute the test case, whereas that group option is not available in the JUnit. TestNG allows user to determine the dependent test case. Each test case is autonomous to another test case, right? Which is not available in the JUnit. So you can't make the test case dependent on the other test case in the JUnit. So that is the important advantage of TestNG over the JUnit framework. So how to install TestNG in your Eclipse? So for that you need to open the Eclipse. So I already opened my Eclipse, right? Then you need to click on the help. Okay. Then you need to click on the install new software, right? Then you need to click on the add button, and here you need to give the name as TestNG, and you need to give the location, right? So that is the location you need to give it. Once you give the location, right, then you need to click on the OK button. So here the TestNG will come with all the details, right? The TestNG with Marvins and TestNG P2E features, right? So you need to select that, and after that you need to click on the next button. Then here it will take lot of time. Maybe the first time it will take around up to more than 20 minutes like that. So obviously I am not running here. You need to click on the next button. After that there will be one license agreement form will become where you need to accept the term of the license agreement and need to click on the finish. Okay, so it will be completed. Sometimes you may encounter some security warning, so that if that comes, you need to click on the install anyway. Okay, if any such kind of warnings comes, after that you need to restart the Eclipse using the restart now button, so that TestNG will be installed in your Eclipse, right? Once the TestNG is installed in your Eclipse, how you can verify whether the TestNG has been installed in your Eclipse? So you need to click on the file and you need to click on the new, right? And you need to click on the other. And you can see that there is a folder called TestNG, right? And there is a class called TestNG class. So once you find it, you can easily understand that TestNG has been installed in your particular Eclipse, and you can also create the TestNG class, right? Okay. So let's create a TestNG class. So a project first. So I'm creating a new project, Java project. You need to click on the finish. Once the Java project is created, you can create a TestNG class, right? So you need to click on the new other, right? Here you need to select the TestNG class. Okay, or after that, after the project is created, you can see some SRC folder is getting created, right? If you click on the SRC folder, and also if you click on the new, if you click on the others, so it will also select you to place the TestNG class, right? So here you need to give the first the project name TestNG project, and you need to give the SRC folder path. Okay, and you need to give some package TestNG first package, and I am giving the class name as TestNG first class. Here the lot of annotation will come. If you want to select it, you can select it. Otherwise, it will allow you without selecting a annotation. Right? Already mentioned, right, before method, before class, before shoot, before test, data provider, all the annotation will be there in the TestNG, right? If you click on the finish, so So obviously it will create it, right? But the problem is that some error message is coming. So for that you need to import the TestNG in your project, right? So that it will be solved. So how you can import it? So that is a step provided here, right? Associate TestNG to a project. So you need to right click on the project whatever you have created, right? You need to right click on that. You need to click on the properties, right? Here you need to click on the Java build path. You need to click on the library. So first you need to add external jars. Whatever Selenium project is already there, Selenium jar files, right? So it is already available in my desktop. Selenium server standalone jar file I am installing, and after that you need to add, click on the add library, right? To associate the TestNG, right? Here you can see some options will become TestNG. You need to select it. You need to click on the next. You need to click on the finish, and then you need to click on apply and close, right? So that's the step provided. So to associate TestNG to a project, you need to click apply and close, right? You can see error message gone, right? Because TestNG is associated right now to your project, okay? And you can see that particular TestNG folder is also getting created, right? And also the different library whatever we associated, that is getting created, okay? And your package is also getting created and your class is also getting created, right? Okay, so you can see there is no main method or function, right? The package name, right? And you can see as we are importing the test at the rate test annotation, so obviously org.testng.annotation.test particular package is getting imported, right? And this is my class name and this is my function name, method name, right? Here in the method I can write anything, right? If you want to write suppose SOISO, suppose output for fast test ng program, right? You can see. So that's right. Here there is no main method, only the class at the rate and the method name. If you want to change it, you can change it. It will not be a problem. And if you run it right now after installing the TestNG, if you right click, right, and if you go to the run as, you can see that will come TestNG test. So it was initially it was not there, like only Java project was there, right? So here it will come once you install the TestNG in your project, right? Of that particular TestNG test will come, right? So that is the reasons you need to associate TestNG to your project, whatever you are creating, right? So creating the project I already showed you, right? You need to right click on your package or project wherever you want to create it or SRC folder even, right? So you need to right click on that and you need to click on the new, you need to click on the others, and where you will option test engine class you need to select it. If you click on the next, you need to provide source folder, package name and class name, then you need to click on the finish. That's how you can create your project. Once your project is created, automatically by default at the rate test annotation will come, automatically method will be created, and where you can change the method and you can provide your steps, right? So here I am not skipping anything, just I am want to provide the want to get the output as the output for the first TestNG program. If you click on the run button, also here you can see also the option as, right? If you run it, and you can see the option is coming as TestNG test, right? So here if you click on the run as also, the option will come as TestNG test. If you run it, let's run the program. You can see some here in the console good reporting format is coming, right? The output for fast TestNG program passed, that particular functions f is passed, right? And you can see the other thing, default test run 1, failure 0, skip 0, right? Okay, so that is the one important aspect, that you can easily identify how many test cases pass, failed and skip, what was not available in the Selenium webdriver for the standalone programs, right? And yeah, right now you can see only 4 folders there: JRE, system library, SRC, reference library and TestNG. If you click on the project, right click on the project, and if you click on the refresh options, okay, there's a refresh option is there. If you click on the refresh, there will be another our folder will be created here, right? Immediately, because if you run the project already, so that is the reason the test output folder is created, right? Here you can see a lot of folder and XML file will be there, right? And there is an TestNG result.xml file will be created immediately after each and every run. Okay, if you right click and if you open with any of the editor, text editor, XML editor, or your Internet Explorer, you can do it, so that it will give you the overall test execution details, right? How many test cases pass, fail, like that. You can see, right? Total executed one, pass 0, fail 0, like that. And what are the default name, should name, right? What are the runtime? What is the duration of the kind of stuff, right? So you can get the very suitable output format, right? Output file. So that is the one major advantage is there. Suppose if you any test cases fail, any screenshot is associated, you can get it from testng.png, right? You can get it. Okay. Similarly, for the past test case, any screenshot is associated, you can also get it. Similarly, skip test case, any screenshot is associated, you can get it, right? So that is the major advantage of the TestNG framework, which does not have in the Selenium WebDriver. Suppose now if you want to change the project name, sorry, yeah, my function's name, test. I'm giving a test, right? And here I'm output for the TestNG program, TestNG method. I'm changing it. So if you run it, you can see that particular app will be changed to test, right? You can see output for fast test engine programs, method test is coming, whatever I have mentioned, and past test method name it will give you, right? And pass, run, failure, like that, right? And if you click here, the test engine XML result, it will give you the latest one, not latest one, the last one, right? Here, if you refresh it again, you need to refresh it after every run, so that latest, you need to refresh the project, so that latest run result will be refreshed in the output folder. Okay, you need to refresh it. So if you click on the TestNG XML file again, it will give you the latest result, right? So what is the duration time, right? Finish at, run at, you can get it from here, and you can see name is coming as test. This is the method name, right? Okay, because last time it was f, and right now it is changing accordingly. So that is the major advantage of introduction for the TestNG, and you can configure TestNG in your project, right? Installation guide step by step. You can associate TestNG to your project, and you can create first TestNG file and you can run it. Okay, so that's all for today's session. I'll create several sessions for TestNG going forward. Thank you.